kids. But yeah, they want to take silver to the moon. I also read that Melvin Capital has a long silver position. Citadel has a long silver position. So I don't know. Let's pull up Tastyworks. So I don't know what their end game is. Do they want to? Are they trying to? Like, is this F Society in Mr. Robot? Are they just wanting to take down the system? I don't know what their end game is with silver, to be honest. Next, they're going to tell everyone to go pull all their cash out of the bank so we can take the banking system down to its knees. Anyway, yesterday I did put on a NASDAQ short. I did mention that I'm getting really nervous in this market. NASDAQ was negative 130 to negative 160 for a while, and then I saw it kind of gaining strength, and I'm like, man, this might be a trap. So I did take that short off, and lo and behold, I don't know that it was necessarily a trap, but the NASDAQ, you know what to say, if the NASDAQ van is a rockin', don't come a knockin', and the NASDAQ is a knockin'. I actually want to look. Dude, this silver is out of control. Silver is up. So the good news is, I do have some silver on in the small account. That should be a nice little winter chicken dinner. Silver is up $3. That is over 10%. That is a monster, Monsita. That is a crazy move. Bitcoin and Ethereum and what have you, it's still kind of just chopping, sideways chopping, a little bit of downward motion. Tastyworks is bringing on their coin exchange. And yeah, I've said this a million times. Either tomorrow or Wednesday. There's a decent chance it'll be tomorrow. I've already transferred a bunch of money out of Tastyworks because I'm just, So one of the downsides is, it's my understanding it won't be 24/7 over at Tastyworks. You can't take custody of it. That'll all come in the future. They are the only financial institution, I guess, except for like maybe Robinhood and Webull, but it's all on one platform and you actually own it, but you can't take custody of it, I guess. Again, like I said, it's coming. It's not 24/7 though, so it's not perfect. I do think all that'll come. I will likely buy some Bitcoin and some Ethereum, definitely in my small account, maybe a little bit in the big account. We'll have to see how it goes. All right, the NASDAQ, the market's going to open in a little under 2 minutes, a minute and 5 seconds. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think Tesla got an upgrade. It's moving today. Riot is pretty much flat, down a few pennies. Mara, flat, kind of expected. Not really expecting big movement. The Bitcoin, it's kind of been in this range of between 32,000 and I would say more like mostly 33, 34,000 with a little bit of bursts here and there. Here we had the Elon news. Elon was on some podcast last night. Fairly interesting. It was past my bedtime, but I did listen to some of it. As I mentioned and as predicted I'm kidding. As predicted on the channel, it did everything I said it would do. No, I did say I thought Bitcoin would dump down and then go back off to the moon. And that happened almost immediately. Now I'm at the point. So right now it's kind of broken out of this channel and it's hanging above this trend line again. So it's a pretty key level. This is the 20 EMA. It's now above the 20 EMA, as you can see on the daily. We hold above this and hold above this trend line now. We could start seeing our way move up. Though there is the potential, and it's hard to say, there is still a potential that there could be a liquidity crisis in crypto this week. And we could see a hard flush all the way down, all the way down. So keep an eye out for that. I do have cash on the sidelines. If that happens, I'm selling kidneys to buy more because I think it'll be very, very brief. And I think one way or the other, this is going way up to the moon. Happy faces. Same with Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ethereum. I got it on the hourly right now. Let's switch this over to the daily. The stock market is open now. We need to hop over there. Take a look. When I'm looking to moonshot and sip martinis over here too. So we do have a trend line right here that it's you know, as they say, the trend is your friend, but if it dumps below this, it could be a quick dump, but then I think we'll eventually go back up. But it is holding this trend fairly well. So, I mean, if anything, like if it busts up, I don't know if it's going to be a continued breakout this time or not. We'll have to see. All right, let's go see what's going on in the markets. Everything is open. Tesla's now up about 20 bucks. That's good. I do have a covered call over there. That's down a few bucks, but we're going to get data going with us. And the chances of this hitting 1300 by March 19th, I mean, it's Tesla. It could happen. Let's see what we got. Anyone can move past crazy expected moves in a hurry. It's Tesla. I've learned that pretty quickly. I would not really want to get my shares called away from me, but I've gotten an incredible amount of money selling calls over here because the IV is really high. And I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to continue to do it. As of right now, there's about an 8 delta, 4% chance that it touches or is in the money. I think there's actually about a 16% chance it would touch. You double, so the chance that it'll touch it, you take the delta, back the envelope math, you double it. So there's about a 16% chance that it touches it, I guess, just touches it. Then about a 4% chance it'll actually be or become in the money. All right, let's see. Gold is my gold position. I need that. I'm still down $100 on that. I have a put spread. I mean, I am bullish on gold, but I'm bullish on precious metals. You know what? We need to get over here and take a look at my silver. But now that Wall Street Bets is messing with this, I mean, it's not moving. The IV in this is so high probably that it's really messing with my trade. All right, I need to probably just replace this and be happy to get my 50%. All right, cool. That's off the board. 50% winner, I guess. Thank you, Wall Street Bets. You know, we can look at. Now, this is something I definitely, if you're out there considering this, boys and girls, I would definitely recommend against it, and that is silver futures. You were with this whole GameStop and everything, man. Like, I get the message, but people are there's gonna be a lot of retailers that get wrecked in this. So right now, Game is down about negative 30 bucks. It was up pretty strong in pre-market. Diamond hands are starting to crack a little bit, maybe. I would not want to be, you know, last off the boat on this one. So the same thing, and silver is a much, much, much bigger market. And then you start messing with like silver futures. I think this has a notional value of $150,000. You trade one contract to this, and then this flushes. You can say bye-bye to your account. You can also look at the micro future of silver, 1/10 the size, but it's still notional value of 1,000 ounces of silver, which is, you know, 20, what are we at on silver? $29,000, $30,000. So, I mean, it was up a little bit more than this, I believe, wasn't it? Yeah, look at that gap. You know what they say? All gaps get filled. I don't want to be in this down movement. Like, I would be more inclined to short silver right now, but who the hell is going to jump in front of this Wall Street Bets freight train, right? Me personally, I suggest just not even getting into this trade. Not sure what we're going to do here. Might be a boring Monday morning. I might not put anything on. Let's go through the positions. Last Friday, I did take a lot off the board. And this is my small account we're looking at. It says about 6,000. I mean, yeah, I want to say a little over $6,000 in it. Started this in October with $2,500. I put in $250 a month, so I've done that for 3 months. Had a great end of the year with it. Having a decent beginning of the year with it. It does, you know, it does. It has had some movement. There was one point last week it was down 600. Uh, well, I don't know, down a few hundred for the year, but it's pretty heavily SGG, wakey stocks, gummy bears, crypto, physical. Space announced test flight early February 13th. Yeah, you know what? I was kind of happy. I have space over in my M1. I forgot about that. So I went over, I was looking at my M1 this morning. I have space on over there, so I didn't completely miss the boat. But I had 200 shares of space in my big account. I had 100 shares of space in my IRA. Got a little impatient. I got a little frustrated. I'm like, I'm gonna, you know, it's cool. I moved it all into Mara and Riot instead for the most part. I'm trying to, you know, I think that's where the opportunity, I think there's going to be a massive amount of opportunity this year. I do have cash on the sidelines. I don't know what I'm hoping for more. So I kind of want to flush. Like, I kind of really want to flush. A quick flush. But man, do I really have the cojones to go in heavy if it flushes? If Bitcoin flushes down, if it's flushing down hard, hitting 24, you know, 25,000, 20,000, do I really have the brass knuckles to say what I said I was going to do and go all in? You know, honestly, probably. I think it would be a gift from the gods. And I'll also be inclined, if it starts pushing like 40,000 again, I might put the cash in that I have in the sidelines, whether it goes down to 26,000 or it looks like it's going to break out. Because making money's making money, right? Right now with the chopping sideways, I mean, you can try and day trade it, I guess. But so I was watching Cryptos R Us. George, Mara is setting itself up for really nice next year. Yeah, no, I hope so, man. I mean, I'm not going to be complaining with, got quite a bit of, like, it's really going to make my small account look like I'm a genius in the stock market if that's what happens. And I'm pretty heavily invested in it in my IRA. I got 100 shares over there. I got a naked put. And Mara, I got 100 shares in Riot. I got MicroStrategies, man. So Michael Saylor does have that conference. Elon was talking a bit about Bitcoin last night on that podcast. You know, he's investing in it. And Elon's exact words, I got to be careful what I say because I can move the market. I don't know. Like, I have no idea if Tesla's going, if Tesla's considering putting some of their treasury into Bitcoin. They have $19 billion. And I don't know what their plans are with that money. They got to have plans. They're going to want to open more factories. They're probably going to want to accumulate some more companies. I personally think it would be a really smart move to put, I don't know, 5%, 10%. He really got some big balls, 20%, but he's going to have to convince the board. So it's a much different ball game over there. As I mentioned, I was watching Cryptos R Us stream last night. George, he pointed out a tremendous amount of selling from one of the miners. I forget their name, F2B or something like that. They're selling Bitcoin like crazy, and there's, I mean, like massive amounts, over 14,000 in one day. And they started doing this the day after they tweeted on Twitter, we're holding Bitcoin and not selling. I hope you're doing the same. Like, dude, talk about such BS, man. And I'm curious if they have a trade desk, and they're actually shorting Bitcoin at the same time, because that would be some next level shit. And I'll tell you, man, I know that kind of stuff exists, and to think it doesn't exist in cryptocurrency, you're out of your mind, because I've done some IT consulting for a grain company. We're talking like corn and wheat. And they're a pretty big outfit just in a small town in California. Guess what they have on premises? A trade desk, and they trade grain futures, man. So, I mean, I don't really think this place in the town down the street really has the ability to manipulate markets. It's more of just a hedge for them. But a crypto mining outfit that can sell over 10,000 Bitcoin a day and short it at the same time. I mean, There's a lot of pros when it comes to decentralization, and that's why I welcome a little bit of regulation. Because I don't like the idea that some mining outfit could just, you know, push that around and just increase their Satoshi stack because they can manipulate the market that way. I mean, at the end of the day, it's no different than what everyone on Wall Street Bets is fighting on right now. And everyone, like, there's a lot of YouTubers out there, decentralization's the answer. I'm like, well, you know, I think DeFi and blockchain and all this stuff is amazing, but it has, you know, everything. There's pros and cons to everything, and manipulation's a lot more rampant. Excuse me. All right. Gold, let me see if I can roll this out in time, extend duration, and a debit for it, man. I guess we're just going to let this one ride for a little bit. We got a nice little 2.5 point movement. I need, like, at least, we're getting close here. I need about another $4 move in gold, which is possible, definitely possible in the next 18 days. We are in the gamma risk territory, but at the end of the day, I know what I risk here. If this is a max loss, I got a $3 wide, got a $107 credit. So the max loss on this play is going to be $193, a $3 minus $1.07. So I'm just going to let this one ride, hope from a gift from the gods. We got the IIPR, we got my weed wreath, that's down about $94. It's up $3 today. It is still well past. We got 46 days to go on this. It's still well above my short strike. So I think that one, we're in pretty good shape on that one. Look at the chart on that. I would imagine this doesn't have a lot of massive moves in it. Is this a pretty recent thing? Because it only goes back to 126. Oh, because I have it on 4-day. All right, let's go to 1 year and we will go to daily. Looks like it's up pretty big. So this is probably up big on Biden news. It is up there in the stratosphere. We do have a little gap down here, a little gap filler at 138 handle. That's on the table. Maybe another gap right here. Man, so we got another gap around 164s. And that might not be a gap. So that one could come crashing back down. Why? Oh, okay, we're at Mara now. So I know what my risk here is too, though. It's a $5 wide. I received $231. So my max loss in this would be $259. I still like that trade. Again, it's kind of going against me right now, but that's the beauty of selling premium, especially when it's defined risk. You know your defined risk. You know it's better than a 50% chance of success. You could be wrong and still make money. All right, Mara. Again, still just kind of flat, hanging around this $20 handle. NNDM, you know, it was up a high, I want to say like $15, $16. A little bit of a pullback. Oh man, it was way up to 18. We're still looking pretty good over here. I have one covered call. It's well past that. So that one, all that does is it caps my profit on 100 shares. So 100 shares with the covered call at 1250. Anything over the 1250 pretty much caps it. That's fine. I do have 2 naked puts. I rolled these up, and then the stock came back down. That's fine. If it's under $15, I buy a couple more shares. My cost basis on those would really be $13 when you take the credit received. We'll just continue to play the covered call game and the put game and continue to try and make some passive income off that. Riot, I do have a strangle going on. Let's take a look at how that's doing. And I have a put. Pretty sure I did the strangle at the 15. 15, what did I do? Put, yeah, 1532. A really wide strangle, and I got $6 credit on that, which is incredible. I don't have anything go to close on that. Let's see what we're doing. So right now, the mid is 820. That's pretty high. Looks like I'm losing money on that one. I would want to close it at mid price. which is 294. So I'm down. What did I get? I'm down $2 or $3 on that right now. Not really sure why. So the call is down $140. The put is down $93. That just means the volatility has probably gone up quite a bit in that. Let's see if we can take a look at it. Oh, that's the RSI. I want to see the volatility. I know there's a way to pull that up. Indicators. Volatility. I'll have to figure that out later. Thought there was a way to pull that up pretty easy. But the volatility's got to be expanding on that. I'd be tempted to do more in this, sell another strangle, or maybe we add another put. Dare I add another put? Nah, we already got 2 puts on over there. And again, I transferred a lot of money out of this account to put it in crypto. Farmers need, yeah, dude, I'm okay with farmers hedging. I'm not okay with them manipulating. And I'm not saying that's what's happening, but if you're actively flooding the market with thousands of sells and shorting the market at the same time, I mean, I guess, like, would I do the same thing if I owned the place? Yeah, maybe, probably. Like, you know what? Everyone likes making money. Should that be legal? I don't know. There should be some kind of something. Anyway, something against that. At the end of the day, it's probably good that it's holding Bitcoin at bay a little bit. As discussed, Binance.us did announce that signups are at all-time highs, volumes at all-time highs, everything is at the KYCs at all-time highs. They're the second biggest. Oh my goodness, coffee burps, excuse me. They're the second biggest exchange, centralized exchange in the world. I would imagine that's the case everywhere. Signups are at all-time highs. The people are flooding into this. With DOGE getting so much pump right now, with XRP is pumping, man. I don't, like, where the hell is everyone buying XRP, right? Like, where do retail investors, where are these Wall Street, like, what is really going on in XRP? I know there's like some Telegram groups pumping it, and there's a lot going on, but I mean, I don't think this is your regular average Joe over at Wall Street Bets, because buying XRP is not easy. You'd have to go to Uniswap. I don't know, like, Binance doesn't have it. Coinbase doesn't have it. Kraken might have it. I don't think so, though. So I'm not sure. And Kraken's not the easiest place in the world to get money to. Either you got to wire it or transfer it from another exchange, which that's what I've done. That's how I got my Polkadot. Polkadot and ADA are kind of a little bit down right now. I think there's some really good buy opportunities here. Cardano has the Goguen mainnet coming maybe this month, the beginning of March. I think that is going to be very big, but it is going to be a rubber meets the road situation, and they're going to have to start producing. They're going to have to start getting actual partnerships using it. It is a really good system. I think it's going to be successful, and I have a really big Cardano bag betting on it. See what we got. Bitcoin still just at right around 33.5. I might buy. Well, I'm gonna see what Bitcoin does today. I'm still, as I mentioned on Friday, I liquidated my Robinhood account. It sucks. I'm gonna have a bit of a tax situation, so I gotta make those Satoshis up. I actually started I actually started investigating moving to Puerto Rico. I forget who I was watching. Who was I watching? Someone, and they mentioned, oh, it was Coin Bureau, and he was talking about, you know, how to watch your taxes and things you can do about your taxes when it comes to cryptocurrency. And he mentioned this dude that, like, from Florida or something, and he moved to Puerto Rico, and I'm like, man, I gotta see what's up here. So I started watching like several of that dude's videos, and he went into it, and it's kind of cool, man. You only have to live in Puerto Rico for 183 days out of the year. It's not too hard to get residency, but they're doing some kind of, the government's doing some kind of scrupulous things about, there's a fee you have to pay, and it went from like $300 to like $5,000 or $10,000 in the last year, which is kind of weird. But overall, I mean, it's pretty easy to get your residency there. And once you do that, you only have to live there 183 days out of the year, and you pay no capital gains tax. You're not gonna, your taxes aren't gonna be through the United States government. It's gonna be through Puerto Rico. And I'm conflicted there. I'm not anti-tax. I want to pay my taxes, but let's say this is extremely, extremely difficult in cryptocurrency. Excuse me. So I have over 6 figures in cryptocurrency right now. Small, short, right? Small 6 figures, but it's a lot. It's a lot for me, right? It's more money than what I had at the beginning of last year, and I don't want to lose that. So what am I supposed to do if my Cardano 10x's, if my Cardano 30x's, if my Ethereum 10x's, 20x's, 30x's, if my Bitcoin 3, 4, 5, 6, 10x's, and it's, like November, and it's looking like the bear market's coming, and it's going to go down 70, 80, 90%. Let's say I'm up $1-2 million. I have no idea, right? I'm just kind of speculating. What am I supposed to do, man? Like, do I just ride it for the next bull wave so I don't pay a ridiculous, like 50, 60? Like, am I supposed to take my $2 million in profit and then pay over $1 million in taxes? Like, are you effing kidding me? And then what if I'm wrong? And then Bitcoin and Ethereum just continue to go up, and this bull. So that's what I'm more inclined to think is going to happen. And this bull market's going to last longer. Going to have stronger legs than these previous cycles. You need a residence in Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands. Thought they were. I don't know anything about the Virgin Islands. I just know if you get a residence in Puerto Rico, and you just do a few other small things, you have to live there for 183 days out of the year. He did mention it's a bit of a downgrade. There's some very, very nice areas you can live in, and some extremely nice areas with like $1 million to $5 million houses, and then some other really nice areas. But the roads are full of potholes, and the people are crazy drivers, and it's a hybrid society, and knowing Spanish is obviously going to help you out quite a bit. So there is a lot of English speaking there, and my Spanish is muy poquito, very little. And then for me, the hardest part would be my diet, right? Like he said, there's no Whole Foods there, and I'm very picky about my diet, so that would definitely be hard. I'm sure I could figure something out though. And it would be kind of cool to live in Puerto Rico, I guess. I don't know, man. For me, like I could just chill if I had a nice house, and I don't know, it's on the radar. I have other things on the radar, like maybe moving to Las Vegas or something. At least you don't pay state taxes there. I don't. Dude, sometimes I think it's just about moving back to the farm in Kansas, but simple life. But I'm gonna pay taxes there. They don't. Kansas is kind of like, so I have farmland there, right? But the problem is Kansas is not legal. They don't have medical or recreational there yet, so that's not gonna be a lot of fun. If they were to get that, maybe I'd go back there and grow it. No, yeah, so I've been watching the Nomad Capitalist. I've checked him out. He's cool. He definitely knows his stuff. I've started watching him. I came across him last week, and he showed up. I had no idea who this guy was, and I watched his video, and I forget what it was about, but it was basically about helping people evade taxes, really, and where to move and how to do it. And I don't know how much so I'm definitely going to be watching more of him. He's good. And then I started watching a video of his last night. It was really good, but then I fell asleep. So yeah, no, I'm already on that, guys. I'm already watching that guy. I don't know what's going to happen here though, right? Like, I guess if my crypto goes to $1, $2, $3 million, I could have worse headaches in my life, right? It's a lot better than it going down 90% from now, and then I'm just like grinding my ass off again, trying to make that back. But these are all things I'm considering, and I have to consider, like, if maybe not, maybe this bull cycle does end in October or November. And maybe I don't, maybe I only sell some of it. Maybe I just let it continue to ride. And then the next bull cycle, and I just keep accumulating, taking all my spare change, and I keep accumulating through the next bear cycle, keep dollar cost averaging in. And then the next bull cycle hits, and the next thing you know, maybe I'm up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 million dollars, right? Well, then I have to consider, well, first thing I'm considering is retiring, right? Like, I know I'm a bit young, but I think I'm ready for retirement, man. I've been grinding my ass off my whole life, and I'm exhausted, whether it's from an early age of working on the farm and working as a farmhand in high school. Very, very difficult work. In college, fighting forest fires for the United States Forestry Service, working at Walmart for several years, and the receiving team, working really hard, and the stocking team, and a few other things. So, and then just, I went from one hard thing to a different hard thing of IT, and IT is very, very, very mentally exhausting. So I feel like I'm ready to retire. I mean, I think I would love to just sit back and live stream videos and trade markets. I can do that in Puerto Rico, out on the beach half the year, and then maybe, I don't know if I want to go back to California. I could always just vacation in California, and I have friends out here. So anyway, it's something I got to seriously consider and figure out if this crypto does pay off for us, which I think it will. Not evade is his slogan, is you go where you are treated the best legal. Yeah, man, that is true. That is correct. And I don't know, like, not to bring politics into it, I don't know that Biden's going to make that situation any better and I'm not rich yet, but I'm hoping to be, right? And again, I want to pay my taxes, guys. But how is someone in the middle class? Here's the problem. If you're rich, if you're really wealthy, you have the firms, you have the CPA firms to do all the loopholes. I'm just a middle class American right now trying, and I don't need $100 million, man. I just want a nice house, paid off, nice money. Like, I don't, I just want to chill. I just want to relax. I want to have a nice house, nice car, maybe. I mean, I have all this stuff now, but I have to worry about being able to retire and live comfortably. And I just, I would like to have a couple million in the bank, but how am I supposed, it's really hard to get to that if I have to take profits and I have to pay like 30 to 40% to the United States government and another 12% to California. How are you supposed to really grow your wealth when if you sell, you're taking 50, 60% off the table? This is what you could do. Retire for 13. What does that mean? 13 months, then move to tax-free state country, cash out and capital gains, and maybe zero. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. Retire for 13 months. I mean, I'm sure my job would probably let me do that. Go open up a hat business in Puerto Rico. You might get zero capital gains on crypto and stocks. So they have, I need to do more research on it, but they have 3 different propositions. One is running a business can bring your capital gains down to, I think, like 4%. But just being a resident over there, there's different props. I need to look at them a bit more. And it's definitely on the table. I mean, there would have to be a massive, massive movement in cryptocurrency this year for it to be in consideration for this bull run. And I don't know how much things are going to change. Because it's tough. I don't know how I'm going to handle it. Again, I think there's a really good chance that all the cryptocurrency I'm in, at minimum 10x's. Really good chance. But I don't know that it's going to last to the point where I'm in it for a year. I just took 1.5 Bitcoin out of Robinhood, created a tax event, and then I am just now reinvesting it back in. So the clock starts all over on that, man. Like the Bitcoin I bought this weekend, I theoretically can't sell that to January, February 2022 without it being short-term capital gains. And the likelihood of this pullback before that, it's out there based on previous cycles. That risk is out there. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I've already got kind of a plan that if my Cardano and my Polkadot and probably my Ethereum, once it hits like 3 to 7x, I might get a little greedy and try and push for the 7x. I'm at least going to take my initial investment off the table. So I'm back to at least cash on the sidelines. The rest is a free ride. And if that market crash comes, I mean, c'est la vie, whatever, I hodl it. Hodl if you hear me. I hodl it to the next bull run, and then that's when I cash out. I mean, I think I got the next halving in 2024. I think I got that left in my ticker. Puerto Rico had some 2-year business things, so hire 2 people to sell hats on the beach for 2 years. Their salary and some hats would be way cheaper than $500K in taxes. Yeah, no. I'm looking into it, man. I'm going to continue to watch that guy's channel. I'm definitely going to continue to watch Nomad Capital. Nomad Capital is actually... What other guy was I watching? I was watching some YouTube channel. Can't remember who it is, but he's going to have Nomad Capital on as a guest. I think it was maybe freak. I don't remember, man. But popular crypto YouTuber is going to have Nomad Capital on this week. I don't think it was BitBoy. Maybe it was BitBoy. Not sure. But I have only seen a couple of nomads. I definitely need to watch more. Because maybe we all go get houses in Puerto Rico by the next bull run. Germany doesn't have no crypto taxes either, but getting residency over there is extremely difficult. I don't know that. I mean, Germany sounds like a pretty cool place. You know, I love the freedom I have in the United States, and I really don't want to do that. But at the same time, man, what the hell is a middle-class person just trying to have enough money to live out their retirement comfortably? Again, I don't need Lear jets and G5s and yachts, although I'm not going to turn it down if I have that kind of money. I'd love to have a yacht, right? All right, let's wrap this up. I do got to get to work. It's going to be a long week at work. That's why, man, I hope no one from my job ever sees these videos because I am ready to retire, guys. My brain, whew. All right, so the NASDAQ is up about 120. I'm inclined to put another short on this. It is the beginning of the month of February. Historically, this is a time when hedge funds start buying. I don't know, man, in this rocky environment. Let's see what's going on Twitter real quick. Are we missing any news? Has Robinhood gone bankrupt yet? Kind of expect. I was very happy to see that the money I withdrew from Robinhood on Saturday hit the bank account today. I am off the Robinhood teat. I can never be happier. They were mentioning this on Twitter yesterday, posting out to either Tony Batista at Tasty Trade or Nick Batista at Tasty Trade. I forget, but Fidelity is at all-time highs from people trying to leave Robinhood and go to different brokers. Fidelity said they are all-time highs. They've never been so swamped. So there could be some serious issues coming with liquidity this week. Robinhood could find themselves in very, very deep doo-doo. So they may, I mean, they're going to have backers. They'll have investors, and they'll probably come through this. But I don't know. They're at risk. The fact that they did have to limit buy orders on so many big stocks, including things like AMD. Like, are you kidding me? Man, GTO Toy, I haven't seen that guy post in a while. I wonder how he's doing. The VIX, we didn't check the VIX. Probably a good thing to check. That thing was at $35 yesterday, 34, which is pretty crazy. Let's see what we got. The VIX. 32.5, kind of evening it out. The market, you know, it's we'll have to see how the rest of this week goes. I'm very fearful that we still got a pullback coming. We are actually in a pretty decent 20% pullback though, so I don't know how much more that could go. We are down below the 20 EMA. We are pushing towards the 50. Historically, I mean, the last two times that happened, it was very brief, but they were nice little pullbacks. The last couple of times we saw pullbacks recently, that is the wrong one. How do I get rid of you? Remove. We want to go here. So it was, what do we got? We got September 1st. We had a nice little 44%. And then not too much later, and we had a nice little boom V shape again. Man, so buy them dips, homie. Are we getting in a buy this dip, homie situation? So then on October, another little chili dipper. And that was about 30%. So it decreased. And then we're moving up. We're not really seeing a blow off top yet, which is good. And this little pullback has been about 15 to 20%. So we'll have to see, is it going to bounce here? I'd be more inclined to think so, but there's some stuff that could happen this week. This whole GameStop, this whole silver thing can really they got to be careful because it could really push some pain into regular financial institutions. So I'm just being very careful, very cautious right now. Not being greedy in the stock market. Obviously, I still got my Tesla on. I'm not giving that up until that gets called away from me. And I'm actually up on that covered call. A nice little up about close to 20% on that. So hopefully we can take that off at half price here pretty soon. I don't know if I will continue to play covered calls on that right now. I'm more inclined to say yes, because if the market doesn't have like a 30% correction and bounces back real quickly right now, I would be more inclined to think it could happen going into, the end of spring into early summer. Maybe, I don't know, man. Again, there's so much that's happening with the Fed and the government that are going to continue to prop it up. It's going to be a very delicate game. Even if the market does start selling off, they're going to step in and buy a $500 condo on the beach in Puerto Rico. Free condo and forced 2-year vacation. Yeah, man, don't think it's not. Like, I don't know if I'd buy a condo. Maybe. I don't know. Do they have Airbnb there? There might be. I imagine they do. Airbnb there, buy condo, start buying real estate there, right? Like, I mean, think about it. A lot of people are getting into crypto, and I don't know if the laws are going to change, but a lot of people are getting into crypto, and the dude that had that channel said he's getting a massive amount of inquiries about people wanting to do the same thing. So Puerto Rico could be like an up and coming hotspot. The one the one really big, two really big downsides to Puerto Rico is they have frequent electricity outages, which would not be a lot of fun. I definitely would want I don't know how easy it is to get Tesla solar roofs and battery packs on my house over there. And then they got those hurricanes, so you got to be ready to bounce. Have good hurricane insurance and be ready to bounce when a hurricane's coming, because I'm not one of those idiot YOLOers that wants to board up their home and sit through a hurricane. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't die during the hurricane, you're gonna need a boat outside just to get to the shopping market. So that takes a really long time to recover from. So you got to factor that in. And then when do I want to spend my 6 months there, right? Probably during the dead heat of summer. I don't like 110 degree heat. Obviously, moving out of the Central Valley of California could kind of mitigate that, but not if I move to Las Vegas. It's extremely hot there too. So maybe I moved a lot. I don't really need to move though. So I either need to figure out if I'm just going to move to a state like Vegas with no state tax. I think Texas has state taxes, but it's pretty low, and they other incentives like cheap electricity. I was looking, and I'm looking at I'm looking at miners, man. Like Silicon. I was trying to buy one of those on Alibaba, but they're all sold out like crazy. Newegg does have a computer with a RTX 3080 for a couple grand. I'm probably going to buy that. Taxes in Vegas, 0% state taxes in Nevada. That's why a lot of people like Graham Stephan and a few other famous YouTubers are moving there. I mean, because Andre Jick's there, and and obviously Jeremy, right? So that's one of the big reasons why Graham Stephan's moving there. Well, I mean, a lot of the big reasons, especially big YouTubers and people from LA are moving there, is because of no state taxes, the homeless crisis. I mean, guys, it is bad in California. It is really, really bad. Even in my town, I saw a video of the homeless in LA in the garment district, and I went shopping there in the garment district. It was a pretty vibrant place to go get like $200 jeans that fall off the back of the truck. They don't really fall off the back of the truck. They just, it's one of these things the big companies do to get their brand out there to the people that can't afford it, I guess, kind of. But you could go buy really expensive jeans and clothes and watches and stuff in this garment district, and even just get like packs of t-shirts, and it was a pretty cool place to go shop. But man, now it's just all homeless. It's just tents and rows of homeless. It's like that all over California. We got a-holes in places like, allegedly, in GOP-run states that say, F the bleeding heart liberals out in California. We'll just ship all our homeless there. And, homeless is like crazy here. No one wants to live and deal with that. And, Newsom's under some fire. We got my boy Chamath Palihapitiya. I guess I'm down for him to be governor. He's got some interesting plans, so we'll see. Then a lot of people in LA are moving their businesses to Vegas. I think Nashville's pretty big because they don't have state taxes, and there's kind of a booming economy there. And Texas is pretty big too. I don't know if Texas has state taxes or not, to be honest. I'm not sure what the huge incentive. If there's no state taxes, that's definitely a reason. I also know, a lot of these people might be like Trumpists, right? So they want to go to a state like Texas, where if you're not flying your Trump flag, you're probably going to get a lot of evil eyes. I've seen some videos like, if you want to come to Texas, great, but I don't know if we want you Californians. Don't come bringing your bleeding liberal heart BS to us. And I'm just like, man, guys. All right, anyway, let's wrap this up real quick. The NASDAQ still hovering about up 140. I'm going to leave that alone. Let's see what silver's doing. I am glad I did not buy a silver future because it is down about 30 cents now, and that would have been probably a several $1,000 loss. We took my silver play off the board at a profit. That was nice. Riot and Mara are starting to make a down move. What is going on here? Palantir is coming down. That's good because I was out of the money on my calls there. Neo's down a little bit. Ooh, Tattooed Chef. What's going on here? I don't know what kind of cash I get over here. I got about 4,000 in cash. You know what's going to happen in this small account tomorrow if the coin exchange comes online tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to be buying some Ethereum and some Bitcoin over here. Tesla is starting to pull back a little bit too. So maybe, is this a precursor to a little bit of a NASDAQ chili dipper? Let's see what else we got going on. AMD down about 30 cents. Did I have AMD? I must have taken that off on Friday. Chewy up 91 cents. Dash, man. Why is Dash? What is the dollar doing? That's a good thing to check. I haven't checked that today. Dollar is up. No, that's the 10-year. The dollar is up 22 cents. Man, that thing is strong like bull. When that thing dumps, though, Bitcoin is going to pump. What else did I want to check? Lemonade, MicroStrategy down about 12 bucks. I wonder if Bitcoin's getting a little chilly dipper. Might have to buy another. If Bitcoin drops below 33 grand, I might buy another $5,000 in Binance.us today. If not, I'm going to continue because, like I said, I took a lot of money out of my Tasty Work. So I'm going to put my daily $5,000 limit in Binance. Have that money on the sideline so that I can buy cheap because they have the best fees. So I can buy cheap if I think it's a good opportunity. A lot of people were expecting big things early February on crypto. Maybe, again, MicroStrategy's got their thing going on. Binance and all the exchanges are dealing with all the influx of cash. Who knows what Wall Street Bets is going to pump, how that's going to pump. Who knows if Tesla's going to announce. Everyone's speculating that Elon's going to announce more on Bitcoin. I don't know, man. Like, it might be a little while on that one. And then we got the Chinese New Year. I was trying to buy a miner, was checking it out, and they're like, yo, we're out of stock and we're going on, I guess it starts today through like mid-February. So the party's on, Chinese New Year in China. So I don't know how much the miners and the traders are going to be active in the Bitcoin. So it might stay a little stagnant. We might get a little chilly dipper. And then after like mid-February possibly is when it's on like Donkey Kong and crypto. But if we get that flash crash, you guys are either going to call me chicken or say I got massive cojones because I bought a lot more. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow, 6:25 a.m.